Hello again, and welcome back to Outline. I'm Alexander Paul Burton, still queer, still making, still moving, and still learning what it means to show up, even when no one's watching. Last time, we talked about validation and how it isn't the goal. Today, I want to talk about something that's often confused with validation, and that's visibility, and how visibility too isn't always the prize. If you're a queer artist, performer, or athlete, you've probably felt this, that if people see you, really see you, then you've finally made it. But what if that spotlight doesn't feel warm? What if it comes with a cost? I've done 2 indoor rowing ultramarathons completely by myself. Each one was 24 hours, each one around 240 kilometres, no cameras, no applause at 2 a.m. when I'm by myself, just me, and the quiet defiance of not quitting. It was somewhere around hour 12 that I realised this wasn't about being seen. It was about proving to myself that I existed beyond metrics, beyond the curated gaze, beyond the need to perform for anyone else. Visibility is often sold to us as the finish line, but sometimes it feels more like exposure than celebration. And I've had moments where I felt invisible and hyper visible all at once, ignored by the institutions that could uplift me, but tokenized when it served someone else's narrative. And I had to ask myself, am I only visible when someone else switches the light on? Am I only valid when I look good doing it? In my A to Z of Being Gay poetry book, I talk about visibility, and I often think about visibility as being a risk. Because to be seen as a queer person in sport or music and writing, in your truth, is to invite misunderstanding, to walk into the fire of other people's projections. But still, we do it. Not for clout, not for fame, but for connection, for purpose, for the quiet satisfaction of saying, I was here and I gave it everything. So if you're an athlete listening to this, training alone, grinding through the pain, wondering if it even matters, it does. It matters. Even if no one sees the blistered hands, the slow miles, the internal war you fought just to finish or get to the competition or enter the competition. Visibility isn't the prize. Wholeness is. Peace is. Freedom is. If being seen brings you those things, fantastic. But if it doesn't, well, you're still real. You're still worthy. You're still doing holy work. There are queer people changing the world in silence, running ultramarathons with no finish line photos, writing symphonies no algorithm ever shares, building things not to go viral but to heal, to challenge, to last. So let me say this to you clearly. You do not have to be visible to be powerful. You do not need the world to notice you to be extraordinary. You already are. So protect that light. Choose when to shine it. Not when it's trending, but when it's true. I see you. Thank you for showing up. Quietly, fiercely, endlessly. I'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.